Okay. All right. I couldn't get it to play, and I'll have to monkey with my phone a little bit and try to figure that out so I could have shared that. But go to your Debt Cleanse Connect. Make sure that you download that app to your phone and look at the new video that's on there. That each one of a bunch of the leaders they put a video together on the dispute process. Take a look at that. It's pretty exciting because we can share that with whomever. So I'm going to go ahead and play the Jim Rohn anyway. So we're going to go from there. I apologize for the little confusion this morning. Okay. Here and go.
Amazing how hardworking, smart working people have all the luck and overnight success. But if you've ever watched an interview with some of these folks, you'll probably hear that their overnight success took several years. Diligence is the mother of good luck. Happiness doesn't come from big pieces of great success, but from small advantages hammered out day by day. We must be happy with what we've got when we're in pursuit of what we want. Too often we say, I'll be happy when I just have more money. Oh, I'll be happy when I just get that promotion. You won't be any happier when you reach your goals than you are right now. Abraham Lincoln said it best. He said, you'll be as happy as you make up your mind to be. Being happy on the way doesn't mean you can't aim for great things. It means that big achievements come one small advantage at a time. It means that you must enjoy and take pride in your little accomplishments. Every day, every single day. Success is a pleasure. If what you are doing today isn't satisfying, gratifying, guess what? You're really not successful. It doesn't matter how many worldly possessions you may have, how many cars, how many toys. If you're not happy with your life as it is, you cannot be successful. To a school kid, success may mean a star on top of his latest test. To an outside professional, it's most likely the thrill of closing a major contract. But the one thing you will hear from everyone who is successful is that they are happy with who they are and what they are doing. Success is a pleasure. What have you done today that makes this day successful? If at the end of the day you can jot down the things that have made it a good day, you will soon see patterns forming. When you can see a pattern of pleasure, you'll know you're on the road to success. Success is measured through pleasure. You've got to be happy along the way. Good job, you need to tell yourself. I'm proud of me today. You've got to learn to enjoy the process. William James described success as a combination of two things: an inner ideal which is followed persistently with courage. I take that to mean defining a goal and having the resolve to complete it. Promise yourself you'll read the books until your skills change. Go to the seminars until you get a handle on it. Practice it until you've got it right. Step by step, piece by piece, book by book, do it until. Don't miss the chance to grow, to pay the price until you learn. You'll discover some of life's great treasures when you pay that price. Go for it. And number two, outer achievement related to that ideal. But what Dr. James realized was that the first part is indeed more important than the second. As long as you're working toward your inner goal, your dream, then success is possible. Now, maybe the person who's been working on a project for 10 years can be successful in his own right, if he's honestly working toward it, really happy with where he is, doing it until, going for small accomplishments along the way for however long it takes. You'll start to see things change around you, little things, not major things. If you're one of those who'd rather stay up late and get up late, and you roll out of bed cursing the alarm clock every morning, maybe you could start with the little change of going to bed half an hour earlier than normal. Maybe you'll find out that you jump out of bed in a better mood and that you'll get more done. It all starts by making one little change. You see, you can't change what's going on around you without first changing what's going on within you. When you start changing how you think, how you act, how you treat yourself, when you start responding instead of reacting to life, life will start responding to you. You cannot believe what can happen in such a short period of time. You don't have to worry about the winds that will most certainly blow around you, the obstacles. You don't have to worry about what other people will say. Those winds may blow fast and furious, but if you know your path, they will help push you toward the dreams and treasures that you have already decided you're going after. There are some amazing people around that we can learn from today, people who have already braved the storms and come out on top, people who started with nothing and ended up with something great, people who turned their focused dreams into the reality of success. Stories of success are all around us. Take the time to talk to these people or read their stories. You might find out that they have already traveled the path you are now on. Many of these people have written books on their journeys. These books tell the stories and give the secrets that we can all learn from. Let's say you want to go away to a place you've never been before. Wouldn't you want to find someone who had been there? What's the best way to get there? The safest route? What do I need to bring to be totally prepared? What dangers do I need to avoid? It's the same thing with life. By listening to those who are farther along in the journey you are interested in taking, you just might pick up something that will make your journey that much better. They can provide that extra push you've been looking for. They've been there. Their knowledge is valuable.
Now, most of us want to believe that we're independent, that if we set our minds to do something, simply it can get done. Unless you look to others, you can work twice as hard to get half as much.
Ask for help, not because you're weak, but you want to remain strong. And ask for help and don't stop until you get it. And so I started talking to other people who had gone through my experience, and we became support for each other.
There is no self-made man. There is nothing wrong with asking for what you want.
And I started doing research, trying to find out what are the things that I need to do. I started reading everything I could. I started asking people questions, people who had already gone through it. I talked to everybody. I researched. I became actively involved in the process.
You've just got to be a good student and gather the material and the books as you go along. Even on my farm now, I've built a library for 2,000 books. On the farm, I got to have a library, got to be surrounded by the books, the books that made me healthy and the books that made me wealthy, books that refined my philosophy. Just start, and then just keep adding to it. You just start, and then you just do your own research. Bread for the head, full range in your library.
You guys get value from that? You got to love the process. You got to love what you're doing in order to really be super successful with it. And a lot of people. Oh, by the way, welcome this morning, Roxanne. This is your first time on. If you don't know me, I'm Tammy Randall. I go by Tam the Creditgram, and I really enjoy doing these in the morning to get our days started. And we start with a prayer, and then I do some announcements, and then I share a video. And then we just talk, and it's open. So if you have anything to say, feel free to unmute you and hop right in. I'm good with that. That's how we roll. So anyway, welcome. So it's really important to really enjoy what you do. And I absolutely love what I do. And I was in corporate America my whole life. And there was, I think, out of the whole time that I was working, there was one job that I really enjoyed. And that was actually paying disability claims in New York State. And I was there for 7 years, and I got sick. The building we were in was making me sick, and I left. I went out on comp, got better. I had pneumonia and bronchitis all the time because the vents weren't clean. And they wouldn't bring me back, even though I was one of their top people. They wouldn't bring me back because it was a workers' comp claim against them, and they didn't like that. So, in bartending, I really enjoyed that too, because I had one-on-one, with people, but that can be kind of chaotic. And I really didn't want to stay in the alcohol scene and that kind of thing. So, but I really love what I do here. And it's extremely, extremely important to stay plugged in, to learn as much as you can from our leaders, make phone calls, reach out to one of the leaders. I still do that. I I have so much more to learn, and they keep rolling out new things that's enhancing everything. And I do believe, hold on just a second. I believe that I got that video. I really want to share that this morning. So, the new video that they put out in the back office, hold on a second, or in Debt Cleanse Connect. Let me see if I can pull it up. I just sent it to my email. I want to see if it's there. If it's there, I'm gonna share it, because I really think you guys should see what they are doing. Okay, I can. Perfect. Let me see. And it's downloading. Okay, we're good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see this video. If you haven't seen it, this is another way to help, stay plugged in and share what we do with other people. And I'm going to do this. I'm real excited about it. This is it right here. And I'm going to go ahead. It's only a couple minutes, so let me, it's loading. Okay.
Hi, my name is Stuart Price, and I'm a consumer protection attorney based in California. My firm, Resolve Law Group, services legal plan members nationwide and educates members regarding their rights under various consumer protection laws. As part of your legal membership, you have access to consumer protection attorneys and will be assigned plan attorneys based on your situation. One thing's for sure, hardly anybody in America knows their rights. That changes right now. There are so many laws designed to protect you in so many ways. Laws regarding collections, credit reports, cell phone calls, and mortgages, just to name a few. Creditors, credit reporting companies, and telemarketers violate these laws all day long, every day. A consumer protection attorney can help you understand which laws apply to you. If there's a violation, you'll be entitled to have your issues fixed, and if appropriate, you'll be typically entitled to a monetary settlement as well. If you have existing debt with a creditor who violates your rights, sometimes we can get them to waive your balance, and sometimes we can do much better than that.
Lenders and creditors make mistakes each and every day, and mostly these go unnoticed. I want to help you identify these mistakes, and then Debt Cleanse can help you assert your rights by connecting you with a plan attorney, all as part of your monthly membership. When you identify these actions and find these mistakes, you gain leverage over your creditors to resolve your debts and improve your credit.
Check out 40 examples of scenarios that might be happening to you.
A lender turned me down for a loan or a line of credit. However, I was never provided with anything that explained how they came to that decision, nor was I told where or how I could find that information. Keep everything provided to you regarding that credit score that was used to deny you credit, as well as the key factors that are affecting your score. Also, pay attention to whether they provide you with the name, the address, and the telephone number to the bureau that provided them with your credit report.
A debt collector calls me times per day or per week. Please take pictures of your caller ID and try to create a call log tracking your cell phone record.
Imagine you were rejected for a mortgage on a home of your dreams. When the lender pulled your credit, he noticed or she noticed that there are 3 collections that were not yours. Document this and get on the phone with a planned attorney ASAP.
The debt collector called me before 8 a.m. or after 9 p.m., and I have proof. Provide caller ID or phone records.
The debt collector was abusive, offensive, screamed, or used profane language. Log what your creditor said, including date, time, and all the details that you can.
I don't owe the money a debt collector is attempting to collect. Here's what you do. Provide proof of payment or credit report or other documents with a different amount.
Has the debt collector threatened violence, physical harm, or to ruin your reputation? If so, log what was said.
The debt collection company didn't send me a debt validation letter. A debt validation letter should include the amount of debt, the original creditor, and a statement regarding my right to dispute the debt and a validation of the debt.
A few months ago, I went to go buy a car and noticed that my car note was $100 more than my brother-in-law. When I spoke to the finance officer about it, he told me it was because of my credit score. Of course, I took a look at my credit report and noticed that there were still old collection accounts being reported that I thought were settled, but it hadn't been updated. If you're anything like me, make note of this information and call Debt Cleanse right away. If a debt collector continues to keep calling you at work, even though you told them to stop calling you at work, you need to get the date, the time, and the details and save that information and send it to your attorney. So a debt collector calls and they leave a message on a public answering machine where your family, your friends, your coworkers could hear it. What you need to do is save that message. Now, I don't know who has an answer machine still, but if that happens, save that message and get it to your attorney.
The caller did not disclose that he or she was a debt collector. If you have this on your voicemail message, save it, otherwise log it.
The debt collector did not identify themselves in our communication. This includes telephone calls, letters, emails, text messages, or any other communications. The debt collectors call third parties, family, friends, co-workers, employee, and neighbors more than once and discuss with third party any and everything other than how to contact me. If this is happening to you, log this with all details that you can.
The debt collector just told someone other than my spouse that I owe a debt. Log who and when.
I just applied to work at a bank and I was recently denied. The HR representative told me the reason why I was denied because it's showing a balance on my credit card that's affecting my credit score. But I already paid them off. If you're anything like me, make a notation of which accounts that you paid off and also that's still reporting that's affecting your credit score, and let Debt Cleanse go to work for you.
The debt collector continues to call me even though I let the collection company know in writing to stop contacting me. This is also known as cease and desist. Log this or save this or screenshot all communication.
The debt collector threatened to file a lawsuit against me, but has not done so. Log the details. Collectors cannot threaten to do something that they do not intend to do.
A debt collector threatened to garnish my wages but has not done so, or threatened to garnish my wages before the claim has been reduced to a judgment. Log this and don't let creditors get away with trying to bully you.
The debt collectors have promised to report me to the credit bureaus but have not done so yet. Log this and help in empty threats made by debt collectors.
A debt collector is threatening to put a lien on my property. However, a creditor cannot just put a lien on your property unless they petition the courts to sue you and then actually win a judgment against you, in which case your planned attorney can help you with this. But in the meantime, let's not let them get away with empty threats.
Car repossessions are at an all-time high. It can lower your score up to 100 points. If you ever get threatened by a collector for car repossession, you need to call Debt Cleanse ASAP immediately.
I was turned down for an apartment that I really wanted because of my credit score. It turns out my son's account with several late payments was accidentally put on my credit report. If this has ever happened to you, be sure to get copies of IDs for you and your son and reach out to visit with your attorney right away.
The debt collector threatened to arrest me. Yes, it happened and it's repulsive. Let's get an attorney to help you assert your rights. So a debt collector accused me of committing a crime. Really? Yes, really. If this happens, 911 debt claims immediately. The debt collector calls me and does not leave messages. Wow, no hiccups allowed. Your creditor needs to leave your message and not ghost you when you don't pick up. The debt collector calls and hangs up the phone when I answer. Yes, it happens. So let's call them on this.
The debt collector calls me from a phone number that comes up private, out of area, unknown, or restricted on my caller ID. Screenshot your call log and let's use this as leverage.
The debt collector gave me the impression that they were calling me from a law firm. At times, it's really hard to tell if they're with a law firm or not. When this happens, ask them for their name and their bar number, then see how they respond. After that happens, look up their name and their information to see if they're really associated with the law firm.
When I set up my utilities at my new home, they wanted large deposits because of my credit score. When I received it, I found that one collection account had been reported twice. That sort of mistake by your creditors has really cost you now. Make sure you explore remedies with your attorney.
The debt collector gave you the impression they work for the government. This is a big no-no. Maybe your attorney can let them know that due to this violation, any payment is a big no-no as well. A debt collector threatened to file a lawsuit against me for debt that is beyond the statute of limitations. This happens all the time. It happens every day. Like, when was the approximate time of the last payment? When did the loan mature? Take it up with your attorney so they can match up against the statute of limitations, because your debt could already be dead. So let's do this. Let's pronounce your debt as dead and take it up with the collection companies for trying to do so.
My insurance premiums was higher than I was expecting it to be. When I asked why, they said it was because of my credit score. So I looked on my credit report and I noticed that there was an old account that should have fallen off a long time ago. So I got on the phone with Debt Cleanse so they can go to work for me.
I sent the debt collector a check postdated by more than 5 days. No.
The debt collector sent me several letters, emails, faxes, and text messages. There are limits to how many times a collector can contact you in a week. Collect them all and let's use them as ammunition.
The debt collector sent me a postcard. No. This is a good basis for a challenge.
A debt collector caused collect telephone charges to be made to my phone. Unauthorized texting or other charges that you incur may become leverage.
The debt collector has sued me in a location that I no longer live. For example, if you have moved and the creditor errantly sues you in a county or state that you no longer live in, let's get you in front of a planned attorney to fight the lawsuit and pursue any counterclaims that you may have.
Are you currently going through identity theft? Have you ever been a victim of it? Have you filed a police report? Are you willing to file one?
I just did an annual review of my credit report, and I found addresses that I've never lived at and jobs I've never had on my credit report. I've heard that these wrong accounts can be placed on my credit report when this happens. Call Debt Cleanse so we can explore help for you.
If any of these things have happened to you, then contact Debt Cleanse right away. If not, then stay vigilant. Welcome to Debt Cleanse.
All right. See, that was pretty good. I know it was a little lengthy, but it gave you all kinds of scenarios to share with our customers, our potential customers, even with our, our new advocates that we're bringing in. They need to see what we can do. And this is just gives it, it spells it kind of out for everybody to see what we do. And I got to tell you this little story. I have a guy who he has stuff on his credit report, and he's been in contact. He has been contacted by attorneys, not just one. He's been contacted by, he said 3, and he doesn't understand. He said it's a little overwhelming. And I said, I'll call Debt Cleanse today, but why would you not be happy with that? I mean, seriously, he's obviously got stuff on his credit report that needs action, and he's been approached by 3 attorneys. So that means those attorneys are handling a different step. And so I need to get in touch with him. He's a small town boy. He was one of my darter competitors days ago, 10 years ago or whatever it was. And he's from a small town, and they just don't, and that's where I'm from too, but he doesn't know what's going on with the lawyers, or he didn't know anything about financial literacy and what we can do for him. So yeah, so that's exciting that stuff's really happening out there. So does anybody have anything to say? Absolutely, unmute yourself and hop right on in. And I get it if not. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today. Both of them were really good. You really gotta, be plugged in. That's the main thing. You have to love the process and be patient with the process, but learn as much as you can. That's the biggest thing I got from Jim Rohn. You just keep learning. If you really love it, you're going to absorb everything anyway, and you're going to stay plugged in to, learn how to help as many people as you can. So that's that. I'm going to cut it off today if no one has anything else to say, and we'll pick this up again on Friday. And I hope you all have a great weekend. It was nice seeing you, Roxanne. Thanks for turning your camera on. Appreciate that. Have a good day, you guys.